And Louise, to your point, these recent reports that Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor leaked trade envoy reports, highly confidential information to Jeffrey Epstein. Now, this is allegedly from his official work as trade envoy in 2010 and 2011, and according to the material released in the latest Epstein files and seen by the BBC, of course, Andrew has consistently denied any wrongdoing, but there must be so much anger.
There is a lot of anger. And look, I really think this is the smoking gun for Andrew. I've always suspected that any connection to his role as a trade envoy, which of course is a very senior position. He was appointed in 2001 with great fanfare. He was given the nickname Air Miles Andy, of course, because he was very keen on the luxuries and the status associated with that role. But the issue now is whether his official privilege extended to giving information to a convicted sex offender, because like one of the examples is that email his assistant sent him on November 30, 2010. Within 4 minutes, according to these documents, Andrew has forwarded that to Jeffrey Epstein while he's staying in Jeffrey Epstein's home in Manhattan. And the point is that in 2019, Andrew did an interview, that famous car crash interview with Newsnight, and he said he went to Epstein's home to end the relationship, end the friendship, where he's almost like a de facto staff member, sending on documents. And look, if there's a link between impropriety on any part there, then he has to answer for it in my book.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, he has to answer for it, because it's one thing to have, dodgy friendships, and, he paid off Virginia Giuffre, we know that, and he's never really been held accountable for anything around that trade envoy role, and I think this is going to be a moment of reckoning for him.
I think you're right. We're also learning a bit more about how Andrew was kicked out of Royal Lodge. According to the Daily Mail, he was kicked out in the middle of the night. What more can you tell us about this?
Yeah, so unceremoniously, the cars turned up, everything was packed up, and he left much earlier than expected. There was a narrative, certainly over Christmas, wasn't it, that they wanted to keep him out of Sandringham for Christmas, and there was a narrative that he will be leaving Royal Lodge sometime in 2026, but look, it's early Feb and he's already gone. He's already been shoved to Sandringham, Marsh Farm. He's out of sight, out of mind, at least in a visible sense, unless he gets in his Range Rover and goes into the town. I don't know, but it's still not. He's not, really slumming it. It's still a very luxurious environment he will be living in, but he's not royal adjacent, and that's what will really upset him, the fact that he can't be part of that scene anymore, because, obviously, if his mother had still been alive, he'd probably still be operating in that space.
Well, Prince William and Princess Catherine have broken their silence after this series of fresh bombshell revelations about Andrew from the newly released Epstein files. Prince William and Princess Catherine issued a 2-line statement saying, "I can confirm the Prince and Princess have been deeply concerned by the continuing revelations." This is coming from a spokesperson for the royal couple. Continued to say their thoughts remain focused on the victims. What did you make of that statement?
I thought it was great they mentioned the victims, because that's been missing in my book from a lot of the royal narrative. But you find, I think, with Catherine and William, they always go straight to the victim line, which is what people want to hear. They want to see some sympathy and empathy for people who were trafficked by Epstein or caught up in his terrible, toxic world. Interesting they don't mention Andrew by name, though. It's just sort of the talking around the issue. And they have to address it publicly because they're the next in line, the next king and queen.
Absolutely.
So, and they want this short off and not affecting their reign when they're actually at Buckingham Palace. So I think all power to them for actually mentioning it. Would not have been easy, but I do feel it's part of an ongoing strategy from William, communication strategy, to really position them as the new generation of monarchs as well, away from the bad old days where Andrew could run amok and basically do what he wanted.
Yeah, and those days are coming to an end.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Meghan Markle. She's been busy promoting her latest as ever product, that is chocolate, and she's featured, would you believe it, her husband Harry on Instagram trying it out. Let's take a look.
Hello.
Hello.
Ooh. Yes, please.
White chocolate.
Thank you.
You got it.
Love you.
What a surprise. I mean, are we shocked that Meghan's filming Harry trying out her latest product?
He's gone, he's the king's son, and he's gone from royal duties to product demos. It's basically an infomercial in their luxury home, isn't it? I mean, what's next? As ever, steak knives maybe, I don't know, but clearly he's now been reduced to a bit part in her performance, which I I'm very cynical about Meghan, as you know, but I suspect that's always been the plan, that she is the main event and he's like the backup dancer, in a way.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, you can see it every time. I think she's getting slammed for this. I've seen plenty of comments, a lot of people calling it cringe.
But it's cringe.
Yeah,
It's just
no
it's
surprise
dreadful.
at all. Cringe from Harry too, I'm sorry. It's painful to watch. Finally, I want to get your thoughts on the Super Bowl.
Yes,
The
hot new
halftime
romance.
show is dividing America. And yes, as you say, new romance. We've seen this new romance be made official. Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton, they hard launched their relationship at the stadium, Louise.
Well, that was exciting, wasn't it, to see that? But Kim doesn't do subtle romance reveals, does she? There's always a strategy behind it. I mean, beautiful hair and makeup, photographed by her photographer before she actually entered the stadium, etc. Look, Lewis Hamilton is an established Formula One star. He knows the drill. He knows if he's going to be in a relationship with Kim, then it's going to be everywhere. Probably enjoying a bit of the notoriety, but he has been known, certainly in the UK when I lived there, as being fastidiously private about his love life. So it'll be a bit of a change of gear for him. They were seen together in the Cotswolds of a romantic weekend just a few days earlier. So see how this one plays out. They have been friends for about 12 years, I believe, and also Lewis was very pally with one of Kim's ex-husbands, Kanye, previously too. So I don't know where that friendship has landed, but yeah, in the celebrity world, it's probably the way they launch now, a hard launch at Super Bowl in front of what, 135 million people.
That's one way to hard launch a relationship, isn't it? Louise Roberts, thank you so much.
Good to see you.